There is a type of attraction that never gets spoken. Not between friends, not in a journal, not even in the quiet of a woman's own mind where the truth runs deepest. And if you are the kind of man who waits for a clear signal, you will wait forever. Because the woman who is secretly drawn to you has too much to lose by admitting it. A relationship to protect, a reputation to maintain, a version of herself worth believing in. So instead of words, you get something else. You get energy, you get behavior, you get small unguarded moments that reveal the truth no woman will ever say out loud. This video is not about chasing unavailable women. It is about understanding human psychology at a level most American men never bother to reach. Because once you can read these signals accurately, you stop misreading friendliness as interest and interest as friendliness. You start seeing reality for what it is, and that kind of clarity is its own form of power. Here are the signs. Sign number 1, a woman gives you emotional details she never planned to share. There is a clean difference between a woman being polite and a woman whose emotions are already leaning toward you. Polite answers are short. They give you what the situation requires and nothing more. But when a woman is secretly drawn to you, her answers go further than they need to. She tells you something personal. Something she would not drop on a coworker or a casual friend. And the moment the words leave her mouth, you can see it register. A slight pause. A small shift in expression. The quiet realization that a woman just gave away more than intended. That is not carelessness. That is attraction breaking through self-control. A woman's mind stores details about the people who matter. And when you matter, those details come out. A woman will bring up something you mentioned 3 weeks ago, something you already forgot. A woman will ask a follow-up question to a conversation that ended days earlier, because the mind always circles back to what it cannot stop thinking about. When a woman gives you emotional access without being asked, the line has already moved further than a woman is willing to admit. Sign number 2. A woman's attention follows you before the mind gives permission. You will not catch obvious staring. A woman with something to hide is too controlled for that. But you will notice the awareness. The moment you walk into a room, something in a woman shifts. Not dramatically, just a quiet reorientation. A woman will register your voice before looking for it. A woman will sense when you are leaving before deciding to check. A woman will notice small changes in you that someone with zero investment would never catch. The most revealing signal is the speed of the look away. A woman who feels nothing glances away at a normal pace. A woman who is managing something looks away fast, like getting caught. That half-second retreat is one of the most honest signals in human behavior. It confirms 2 things simultaneously. A woman was watching, and a woman knows it was not supposed to happen. Sign number 3. A woman's body reacts in ways the mind cannot fully manage. This one is physical and impossible to fake. When a woman is secretly drawn to a man, the nervous system responds before conscious thought can intervene. Posture shifts. Breathing changes slightly. A woman adjusts something without thinking about it. Hair, clothing, the position of hands. These are not choices. These are automatic responses from a body that has become more alert than it wants to be. Some women go quiet, not cold, just quieter than normal. Because the mental energy required to regulate attraction leaves very little left over for casual conversation. Other women go the opposite direction and become louder, warmer, more expressive. Using social energy to cover nervous energy. Both responses come from the same place. A woman whose body is reacting to your presence in ways a woman has not approved internally. Watch for the contradiction. The woman who is slightly too composed. The woman who laughs a little too easily. The woman who claims too comfortably that nothing is happening. That controlled surface is almost always a sign that something uncontrolled is running underneath it. You have made it this far because some part of you already recognizes this. You have been in a room and felt the shift, the tension, the pull in both directions at once. What you are building right now is the ability to read it clearly instead of second-guessing it. Keep watching. Sign number 4. A woman reacts when your attention moves towards someone else. This sign is quiet, but it is sharp. When you give your attention to another woman in the room, watch what happens. Not in a dramatic way, just in the energy. Something in a woman who is secretly drawn to you tightens slightly. A woman may not say anything. A woman may not even move. But something changes. And that change is not neutral. A woman who feels nothing does not track where your attention goes. But a woman who is quietly invested, registers the shift, and a woman handles it in one of two ways, either by going still and pulling inward, or by finding a natural-looking reason to re-enter your space shortly after. Neither is accidental. You will also hear it in questions that sound casual but are not. Who is that? How do you know her? The words are light. The tone underneath is not. A woman is collecting information a woman does not need but cannot stop wanting. And that want tells you more than any direct answer ever would. Sign number 5. A woman shares the kind of honesty that belongs somewhere else. This is the most significant sign because it shows how far the emotional boundary has already shifted. Real openness belongs inside a committed relationship, the version of yourself you do not show in public, the frustrations, the doubts, the fears that have not been said aloud yet. When a woman starts giving that to you, a woman is not being reckless. A woman is being pulled. Something about your presence creates a feeling of safety that bypasses logic. And once that door opens, it does not close easily. A woman will tell you something real. Not because the moment called for it, but because with you it felt like relief. The weight of that is not in what a woman says. It is in the fact that a woman is saying it to you. Emotional honesty is not handed to someone you feel nothing for. It is given to someone who has already taken up space inside a woman's mind without either of you deciding that would happen. That is forbidden attraction, not cinematic, not loud. Quiet emotional gravity that builds in silences and reveals itself in what a woman notices, remembers, and cannot stop herself from giving. That is what you are learning to read. And the men who can read it never have to guess again.